hungry. All right? You bring back your health or victory.
Hey, how you doing? This is Tom, and this is Tom's Radio Room Show, and I'm down in my Radio Shack. Well, it used to be a garage, but it was so small I couldn't even get a car in it, so I turned it into my Radio Shack. And about 30 minutes ago, I was up in my office, and I turned on my radio up there, which is my RSP Duo with my G5 RV antenna, and I was getting signals pretty clear. Noise level was pretty low. I don't have recording capability on that computer upstairs, so I came down here and I've got my RSP DX with my Megaloop antenna, and the signals are still good. So you can see they're above the noise threshold down here, and so the noise is much lower. I think the A index is like a 6. Let's see, I think I got it up here. No, I don't. Here it is. Yeah, 6. K is a 2. That's fantastic. And solar flux is 163. That's optional. I mean, that's optimal also for shortwave listening. So band conditions are great this morning. It's almost 5:30 a.m. here in Clearwater, Florida. This is the Preacher Man station. He's no longer alive, so there's somebody else doing the preaching. This is at 5.85, and it's out of Tennessee. And I'll turn it back up for a few seconds. Very clear.
All right.
Strong.
Ephesians 1 and 10. I like this one.
Noise level is way down.
Of gathering.
If I go back to,
all right.
It's mute. Let's go back to WWV at 50. See how that sounds? Yeah, you can hear the ticks. Very clear. Yeah, that's coming strong. I was going to try to do a band scan. Oh, mute. I was going to try to do a band scan, but it's slow because I haven't, here again, I've kind of fallen down. I haven't produced a new database. Now the gentleman, and I have to apologize, I don't remember his name, generates these databases for me for this program, because you have to do a conversion. And what he does is he takes the EIBI database, which has everything in it, and he cleans it up. In other words, one of the things it has is a lot of duplicates of stations on a given frequency. There's duplicate entries because the entry might have different programs that they broadcast during the day. So it's mammoth. You can't really use it in this program because it's so large. So he shrinks that down, gets rid of the duplicates, and then sends me the files. What I need to do, among thousands of other things, is I need to take that database, I think this is it, and go through it and get out all this, try to get out all the stuff that really that station doesn't exist or I don't want it. Like here, see this one. See, this frequency is a Russian spy number station. Well, they don't broadcast that much. I can't receive them, they're too far away. So it doesn't need to be in there. So I need to delete that. And like here is channel marker 5. I don't know what that even is. Again, it's in the database. So it's cluttering up the database. And here's one more I'll show you. Well, look at it. Here's Polish spy numbers, Russian spy numbers, B24 number station. I don't need all that stuff. So I need to go through and get my favorite stations only. And I would say there's at least 100. So get this down to like at least down to 100 stations. Then when I do a scan, it won't take very long. So like right now I can do a scan and it's going to use this database here, which you can see it's chock full of stuff. It's going to take forever. So let's just start the scan. Okay, there's 5 megahertz. The other thing is I could move this squelch level up, but I've got it pretty high.
Seeing that these things shall be dissolved.
Okay, there's the Preacher Man station. Now, one thing I can do, let me pause, is I can, let me mute, I can turn on this plug-in here called Fran, which is a database. I haven't updated the databases it can use, so I've got an old one here, 822, so it's going to use that. So there it is. Now I have to zoom in so I can read this stuff. So it's probably is receiving this channel right here, WWCR. But the other problem is, and I've asked my audience for help, I don't know if it's possible or what, or I've forgotten how, but when you do a scan in this SDR Uno, it doesn't stay, this display doesn't stay in sync with the frequency as it's scanning. It is right now, but watch when I scan.
23 version.
Okay, there it is, WWCR. See now? That's not a good one. Yeah, I'll pause there. Okay. Mute. Okay, so there it is. It's found something at 6.030, loud and clear. But the display is still back here at 5935. And I don't know how to get it to sync so that as it's scanning, it's updating the display. Now, one thing in SDR console, another program you can use to control this receiver, you can have it have a real wide up to 10 megahertz bandwidth display here, and therefore where you're scanning is always on the screen. This one I can only get 2 megahertz bandwidth, and right now it's only showing 5.9 to 5.7, maybe that's 5.8. So it's way off track, and I don't know. I don't think step lock does it. I've tried that. Let's see what it says. Locks VFO step scrolling. I'll try it again. Let's try it again. Let's try scanning. No. See that it's still, the display doesn't move. So I have to manually go up to like 6.03. 603. So there it is. There is the cursor right there. That red line. That's where it's frequency it's on. But it doesn't update the screen. The step lock didn't work, so let me turn that off. To keep this in view. Now I can go to settings, and I don't see anything that would help me help that. Shows S meter. I'll turn that off. It's taking up a lot of the screen. Show F dial. I don't know what that means. WF average, WF something, combo transparency, show cursor OSD. So I am really frustrated. And the other thing frustrating, if I go to, let's just do it. Let's close this. By the time I get something working here, the band will have gotten bad again. Okay, close this separately. Why do I have to do that? I don't need this up. So we'll go to here, SDR console, latest version. And it's going to say RSPDX. I'll say start. And there it is. It's got this noise on it. Hear that? And the volume is way down. Oh, I've made it worse. There, that's better, but the volume is way down. But I'm getting that garbled background. Where's that from? Okay, I had switched to I had switched to lower sideband because AM. Well, that's a little better, but I'm still getting some kind of garbled noise. But let me turn this off. If I thought this was, and I'll have to go back and do some homework, I thought this button right here was to scan the database. I can't get it to do anything. If I click on it, nothing. But when it does, this is the database, and this database, because I've clicked this, does track the frequency I'm on. So this is, I can see down here what's being broadcast on that frequency from the database. But I can't figure out how to scan. Wow. Whoa, let's see, receiver, memories, tools. I am so embarrassed. I can't remember this stuff. Receive. See, I see nothing about scanning. Tools. Let's look at tools. Tools. Registry, backup files. Nope. I don't see anything. And I think, let me check all these other things. Bandwidth, calibration, frequency. I thought in the past I was able to click on this and it would do a scan. I don't know why it's not doing it now. See, let's see what it says. Come on, pop up. You see, it won't even pop up. And options is to load different databases. That's to change the bandwidth of these columns. This is for filters. This doesn't show anything. It's like it got disabled or something. And it shows tracking. I turned tracking off, so now you see it's not highlighting the frequency it's on. Now, can I do this? Nope, still can't do that. Turn tracking back on. That's okay. I don't get it. What's this? I'm just grabbing at straws here. Don't know what that button does. Seems like it moves it. It's moving the display or something. I don't know. Boy, I need help. I need. The thing is, this program, SDR console, to my knowledge, there's not a precise or detailed manual. There are some little smaller manuals that some of the users have made, and in the author Simon has made, but there's not a good manual. Simon spends most of his time developing the software, not working on documentation. So I really need, the best of both worlds. Since this tracks well, and I don't know what frequency I'm on now that I've screwed up things. Let's go back to, I don't know what this is doing. See, it doesn't tell you what it's doing. Okay, let's go back. See, I'm supposed to be on 5 megahertz. Okay, there it went back. Went back to 4. See, it tracks. And then here, you can, I think it's this one. Yeah, you can center it. It's ideal. So, and when I'm going to change, let's go to just 9 point something. Oh, let's go to 10 megahertz. See, it's right on the screen, 10 megahertz. If I hit this button, boom, it's right in the middle of the screen. I can't get something similar like that. And of course, it's highlighting in the database what stations are on 10 megahertz from the database. I really need to do some homework. But bottom line is the band conditions this morning seem ideal. So you ought to check out your reception at your location this morning, this afternoon, this evening, whatever. And if anybody can help me with this program, I'd appreciate it. In this program, SDR console, what I'd like to do is do a scan using this loaded database. That's what I'd like to do. Similar to, and figure out what I've got wrong with my configuration that the audio seems to be kind of garbled. See, what is that garbage coming in? What have I got messed up? I mean, it used to work fine. I've got something messed up. And then in this, let me go back, close this. And in this program, SDR Uno, how can I get it to keep the, keep this screen here in sync with the frequency? So I don't have to manually move this based on the frequency. Or I think, let me just try it. I'm at 6.03 and it's showing it right there. So I'm going to go to 10 and it's tracking it manually. See, it's right there. It's at 10.03. So it's tracking it manually. But when I do a scan, and this is a memory scan, I'm not doing a range scan, a memory scan, okay, it initially moved it back and showing, see, it's showing it right now. Let me mute. So it's tracking it until it gets out of the bandwidth of 2 megahertz. Well, when it stops, it unmutes it. So you can see, reception is fantastic. Okay, I'll turn the volume down since it won't let me keep mute on. Okay, I'm waiting for it to get off the screen. It's picking up a lot of stations to it, doing a lot of stopping. Okay, come on, get off the screen. So right now it's tracking like 4.6 megahertz to 6.6. So it's only showing 2 megahertz, which is, it just says right here, the span is 2 megahertz. I want the span to be 10 megahertz. So now, oh, it's going to make a liar out of me? You're kidding me. Because it's still tracking right now. I'm just going to watch it for a second. It's going to make a liar out of me for sure. Come on, go ahead. Scan. Now it's getting near the end of this. Of the bandwidth here, which is about 7.8. Once it goes to 8, we'll see if it's still on screen. Because it did move the scale. This was down at 4.8, now at the bottom is 6. I'm just gonna go. It's gonna make a liar out of me. If it'll ever keep going. I'll be darned. It's tracking now. Why is it tracking now? I don't understand. You saw, I can swear, let me stop. Really, didn't you see when I started this show, when I was using this, that it was not tracking, and now it's tracking? What? Am I totally losing my mind? That could be it. I could be losing my mind. Anyway, I babbled enough. Please, if you got any comments, if you could say, Tom, it was tracking before, your mind is blown, you didn't notice it, but now it's tracked. Why is it now tracked? This is exactly what I want. Oh my gosh. So anyway, what I do need to do is I need to make a database that's got all this junk out of here. Maybe my good friend who makes a database, who is excellent at Excel, can clean this up for me and get the obvious ones out, like spy number stations. I don't care about those. And channel marker, I don't care about that. I mean, I could do it, but I worked in engineering and I used to be a whiz at Excel. All that is gone. I don't remember how to even barely use Excel. Anyway, I'm babbling. Shut up. Goodbye. Have a great day. Bye-bye.